Thank you, and thanks for everybody for joining us today. We're going to look at enterprise at the heart of the city region, which is a collaborative approach to creating an ecosystem that supports student startups by LCR Founders. I'm Alison Pountney, an innovation coach at the University of Liverpool, and I'm joined by WAF, John Joe Shaw from John Moores, who is also an innovation coach, so she's my counterpart on the project. So I just wanted to start off with thinking about what makes Liverpool special. Now, I went to see the Rolling Stones just a couple of weeks ago, and during the encore, I just want to share what happened because I think it sort of helps sum up a little bit about how we feel about our city. At that concert, that was the encore before the Rolling Stones came back on. And rather than sing one of their songs as people normally would, or chant, come back on stage or whatever, they decided to sing You'll Never Walk Alone. And I was sitting in the cop next to people from Glasgow, Wales, people from everywhere had come to visit. And they were all singing along to that, which just sort of resonated with how when we talk about Liverpool as a city, it's never my city or your city, it's always our city. There's always like a collective feeling about everything, which resonates in some other songs like We Can Work It Out, I Get By with a Little Help from My Friends. And if there's any blues on the call who didn't like listening to a Liverpool song, we've got All Together Now by The Farm, all written by people from Merseyside, which just sort of, again, resonates that collective us feeling. You never really feel like you're on your own. So that sort of helps us bring into why LCR Founders is really important. So LCR Founders is a partnership project between the University of Liverpool and Liverpool John Moores, and it encourages and supports our enterprise and students and grads to work together collaboratively in order to form co-founded startups in the city region. And me just talking about it doesn't embody sort of the atmosphere and the environment that we're creating. So I just want to share a little bit of a video that sums up one of our social events. It shows you some of the students who are participating and some of the city region contacts.
Hiya, my name's Sue and I'm the project manager for the LCR Founders project, which is a collaborative project between University of Liverpool and Liverpool John Moores. The aim of the project is to bring students together in a co-founders approach to business startup. Today we've got our second social event of the year, and the aims of the social is to bring the both universities together so students can meet and talk about their business ideas, their experiences, and hopefully find their co-founder.
I have a business called Dear Mama, and we collaborate with refugees, and they handmade our products and we sell them online.
I am founding a business called Literary Style, and luckily I have the support of LCR Founders to help me with that process.
So the aim of the project is to keep student graduate talent within the city region. So the ideal scenario is that a student from John Moores will match up with a student from the University of Liverpool and really gel, hit it off, have complementary skill sets, which will enable them to start up a business in the city region and stay and grow.
I love the LCR Founders project. I've worked with the university for the past 18 months setting up our online platform to support the LCR Founders project. I work generally in mentorship, supporting young people and businesses within the city. I was invited to come down to talk about the platform that we developed and maybe talk to some of the founders and just to take any questions and just to support the LCR Founders project. So I think it's really important for the city to support itself.
I need to network and get to know other people that are with LCR Founders. Like to work with some people. I'm doing a lot on my own. I'd just like to meet some other people that I may be able to join forces with.
Today I'm here because I want to network with other businesses. I want to get to know like-minded people, get inspired, connect, and explore other opportunities. It's been amazing. Yeah, I've been learning lots of lessons that, like, the power of networking is amazing.
I would highly recommend LCR Founders. A lot of people, I think, have business ideas, but they don't have a support network, they don't have the finances, they don't know how to develop the idea, and that's what they're here for, to help you with.
So the Founders Socials will hopefully be a monthly thing. In the afternoons, come and grab a coffee and have a chat with one of our coaches. If you are a student or a recent graduate from either of those universities and you're interested in enterprise, finding out more about co-founding as a startup option, then follow us on our social media, find us on the website and drop us an email.
So that video really sort of embodies what the project's about, you know, how accessible it is to people and how we're creating an environment where you already feel like you belong. It's like a family before you begin. So let me try to change the slides. The LCR Founders will engage with over 3,000 students and graduates. We'll provide 12 hours worth of enterprise skills development and innovation coaching to over 400 students and graduates. We'll support at least 40 co-founded businesses to start up, and we're going to provide a range of funding opportunities to each business. And the LCR Founders journey looks something like this. So a founder would join the community, they would gain access to training and support, we would help them network, then they would continue to network and find their team and build contacts within the Liverpool City region, organisations, businesses, useful people that are key players in the city that would help their business develop. We provide bespoke coaching, legal support. We ensure that the students are ready for pitch and investment. They register the business, then they will gain some funding. We'll provide celebration events. And then once they're set up and ready to go, they will then become a fellowship of the LCR Founders. So they'll come back, share their knowledge and continue to support the project. So how does this sit with the theme of students' inclusion and belonging? Well, we're building a community of like-minded students and graduates within the city region. And our ecosystem of support within the city region allows students to not only feel like they belong to the university, but also to the city. Many of our participants have already made friendships that have continued beyond the project, whether they've started a business or not. Our entrepreneurs are now creating their own authentic support networks, taking it further, and they've already begun co-founding their own startups. So the way we've built our community is by using accessible language, because we're open to any student on any degree programme at any level, including graduates and alumni. So we want to make the language accessible. You know, if somebody was studying music, for example, they might not be thinking of business. So it could be how to start a business with your mates, how to create a side hustle, or how to bring your idea to life. We've got the Green Room, which is a Microsoft Teams channel with over 470 students and grads so far. And that's a community-based platform where we'll post opportunities, but the students engage and create a lot of that content themselves, sharing good news stories, asking questions, and anything else that will help them. We have a Get To It platform, which is a website that allows for students to match skill sets with others, so they can pair on that. There's mentoring, courses, and even an online web shop, an e-commerce part of that. We're creating authentic challenges and programs, working on real-world projects that help students develop those entrepreneurial skills. We're putting on development workshops, which include guest speakers from our city region ecosystem and providing that one-to-one coaching. And we're also putting on a lot of external social events, like you've seen in the video, across the city region that add value, nurture those natural relationships, between the students and graduates, which are then leading to the authentic collaborations and co-founded startups. So you might be thinking, well, how could I play a part in this ecosystem? So it doesn't matter what you do, there is a way to get involved. Firstly, you could join our green room. This will allow you to hear about any upcoming opportunities for the students and grads, or even post some of your own. We want to encourage a culture of risk-taking, enterprise and behaviours, and awareness that starting a business for a student is a viable career option. You could join our Get to It platform, offering some mentoring to students and graduates that you feel you may be able to support. You might consider adding enterprise and challenges into your lesson plans if you have the opportunity. Come along to our events and socials just to learn more, and just be innovative. So get in touch if you do have any new ideas that you think could support the project, or how we could possibly support you as well. So thank you for listening. Me and WAF are here to answer any questions. If you do want to know more as well, like gain access to the green room or the Get to It platform, my contact details are on the slide, so just feel free to drop me an email. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Alison and Waf. Really exciting project. I don't think we have questions in the chat just yet, but please think of some as we kind of progress forward. I just had an initial one. I love the giving back thing that you've got going on there, and I wondered if you could say anything about any kind of graduates who've come back and what they've offered to the new recruits to the scheme.
Yeah, so we have a 10-week business development program called Design Your Future, and that's for a student starting at any level. So they may come with no idea and they can use idea generation as part of that, or they may come with a fully fledged idea and they want to grow and develop. And one of our students is called Moises, and he's developed augmented reality to help surgeons practice before they go into operations. And he's won numerous awards. He's been put forward for Entrepreneur of the Year, which he actually won at the Educate North Awards, Santander Awards, and any awards that are to do with entrepreneurs for the past year. He's either been shortlisted or won. But he also comes back and delivers to our students. So he adds a lot to our community. He delivers pitching sessions, because that's obviously something he does really well. And we just try to bring back any students who've already started a business. They may be a first year student and they come back in the second year to deliver, or it could be a graduate. So we do want to emphasize that students start businesses. They might have a business before they begin uni and they want to develop that and give back. So it doesn't matter what level they are. We're just really building that big community for giving back, and that LCR fellowship will continue to add to that as well. So hopefully that'll begin to expand for not just Liverpool Uni and John Moores, but further. We are doing like monthly meetups where we're bringing Hope Uni, we're bringing LIPA, University of Chester and beyond. So it's just growing a bit bigger than what we even imagined, and it's really exciting. Do you want to add anything to that, Waf?
Yeah, I did. So it's not just like amazing students like Moises. We also have like Anthony. So in this regular meetings that we're having per month, we're using them as like maybe panel speakers. So we're having this knowledge exchange happening, and it's helping us build a community as well. And what I've noticed in that community, they're starting to mix with investors, more established businesses in the city. So it's not just knowledge sharing within the community, they're actually spreading out into the city. And I think expanding their horizons in their networks and what they can achieve, and even the kind of funding that they can bring into their own enterprises. So yeah, we're noticing that as well.
I should mention who Anthony is, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
So
he's one of yours.
we have a student called Anthony Polanowski, and during lockdown, he used a student loan to create a donut shop on Smithdown called Decent Donuts. So it's a co-founded business with his family, and we've now got him set up as a supplier for the university. So do feel free to use him for any events that you need catering for. But he supplies the catering now for a lot of our monthly entrepreneur meetups. So he done one last month, and he's going to do the next one. So if you do want to taste some tasty donuts, pop along. The next one's going to be on the 28th of July in the Fashion Hub, but email me for more details.
So Claire's kind of testified how great the donuts are. Darn, yeah, I'll definitely be investigating that further, I think. Just lovely. Does anybody else have any questions for Waf and Alison? I think we might have a couple of minutes at the end as well. So if something occurs to you, then pop it into the chat, ideally with Q in front of it, and we'll come back to it at the end. But for now, I just want to thank you. What inspiring work you've got kind of going on there. And I think really kind of world changing, isn't it, in terms of cultural capital, and that lovely, I love the way you kick off with our city and that kind of, you know, sense of collaboration in the best possible way. And it sounds like your, you know, students and grads are doing some amazing stuff. So fantastic.